Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the English Conversation Podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Daniel. We're so happy you're joining us today.
Today, we're talking about a really useful and fun topic, ordering food in English. Whether you're at a restaurant, a cafe, or even ordering takeout, knowing the right phrases will help you feel confident and sound natural.
Yeah, I remember the first time I tried to order food in English. I was so nervous. The waiter asked me what I wanted, and I just froze. I wish I had practiced some common phrases before.
That's exactly why we made this episode. We want to help you avoid those awkward moments and instead enjoy your dining experience in English with ease.
Throughout this episode, we'll take you step by step through typical restaurant situations, like getting seated, reading the menu, asking about dishes, placing your order, and even paying the bill.
And don't worry, we'll also share polite ways to speak so you sound friendly and natural. Plus, we'll teach you useful vocabulary and expressions to impress waiters and fellow diners.
So grab a cup of coffee or tea, relax, and let's get started. By the end, you'll have lots of practical English phrases to use next time you're hungry.
Absolutely. Ready to order some English with us? Let's dive in. Okay, Daniel, imagine we just arrived at a restaurant. What usually happens first?
Well, usually a host or hostess greets you at the door, right?
Exactly. Let's practice what they might say. When they see you, they often say, "Hi, welcome. How many people?"
Okay, so if I'm with you, I can respond with, "Table for two, please."
Perfect. Or if you made a reservation, you could say, "We have a reservation under the name Daniel."
Right. What if we just want to sit outside instead of inside?
Good question. The host might ask you, "Would you like to sit inside or outside?" Then you can say, for example, "Outside, please," or "Inside, thank you." Always remember to say please and thank you to sound polite.
That's true. Politeness makes a big difference. Also, sometimes the host says, "Right this way, please," when they start leading you to your table.
Yes, and you can reply by saying, "Thank you," or "Thanks." Then, when you sit down, the waiter might say, "Here's your menu. Please take your time."
I like that because it sounds comfortable and not rushed. What about if the restaurant is busy and I want to ask how long the wait is?
Great point. You can ask, "How long is the wait for a table?" Or, "Is there a wait right now?"
Okay, so to summarize, some key phrases for entering and getting seated are, "Hi, welcome. How many people?" "Table for two, please." "Would you like to sit inside or outside?" "Right this way, please." "Here's your menu. Please take your time." "How long is the wait for a table?"
Exactly. These simple, polite phrases help you start your dining experience smoothly and confidently. Listeners, try saying these aloud with us.
Say it with me. "Table for two, please." Great job. Now you're ready to be seated like a pro.
All right, Daniel. Now that we're seated and have our menus, it's time to choose what to eat. How do you usually start reading a menu?
I usually look at the different sections like starters, main courses, desserts, and drinks, but sometimes I get confused by the words or the dishes I don't know.
That's very common. Let's go over some useful phrases to ask about the menu and for recommendations. For example, you can say, "What do you recommend?"
Okay, so if I'm unsure what to choose, I can ask the waiter, what do you recommend? Nice. Anything else for asking about the dishes?
Yes. Sometimes you want to know if a dish is spicy or if it contains certain ingredients. You can ask, is this dish spicy? Or does this dish have nuts or dairy?
That's important, especially for people with allergies. What if I want to ask about vegetarian options?
Good question. You can say, do you have any vegetarian or vegan dishes? Or, is this dish vegetarian?
Can I also ask about the way the food is cooked?
Definitely. For example, is the chicken grilled or fried? Or, how is this dish prepared?
Great. What about menus with unfamiliar words? Should I just ask the waiter?
Absolutely. You can say, could you please explain what this is? Waiters are usually happy to help.
So, to recap, here are some useful questions for reading the menu and asking about dishes. What do you recommend? Is this dish spicy? Does this dish have nuts or dairy? Do you have any vegetarian or vegan dishes? Is this dish vegetarian? Is the chicken grilled or fried? How is this dish prepared? Could you please explain what this is?
Exactly. Using these polite questions helps you understand the menu better and choose food you'll enjoy. Listeners, let's practice together. Repeat after me. What do you recommend? Perfect. Now, does this dish have nuts or dairy? Is the chicken grilled or fried? Could you please explain what this is? Is this dish vegetarian?
Awesome! With these phrases, you're one step closer to ordering food confidently. Ready for the next step? Let's move on.
Okay, now we've chosen what we want from the menu. It's time to place our order. Daniel, do you remember the most natural way to start?
I think so. I can say, I'd like the pasta, please. Or, could I have the chicken salad, right?
Absolutely. Both I'd like the and could I have the are natural and polite. You can also say, may I get the, which is very friendly too. Let's try some examples together.
Sure. I'd like the grilled fish, please. Or, could I have the vegetable soup?
Perfect. And if you want to ask for something special, like no onions, you could say, could I have the burger without onions, please?
That's a good one. I'm always asking for things without extra spice. So I would say, could I have it less spicy?
Exactly. You can also use with or without to make other requests. For example, can I get my coffee with milk? Or can I get my sandwich without cheese?
Sometimes people want a different side dish, right? How do you ask for that politely?
Great question. You can say, could I have a side of fries instead of salad? Or is it possible to change the side dish?
What if I'm ordering for more than one person?
Just say each person's order clearly and politely. For example, she'll have the pasta and I'll have the steak.
What about drinks? One more. I always hear, I'll have, for ordering drinks at a cafe.
That's right. I'll have a lemonade. Or can I get a glass of water, please? All of these are friendly and common ways to order.
So, let's recap the most helpful phrases for placing an order. I'd like the, could I have the, may I get the, can I get the with or without, could I have a side of, is it possible to, I'll have the.
Exactly. Listeners, try saying these aloud with us. Could I have the chicken sandwich, please? Can I get my burger without onions? She will have the pasta and I'll have the steak. Can I get a glass of water, please? Is it possible to change the side dish? Can I get my sandwich without cheese?
Great. And don't forget to smile and say please. It always helps.
You're doing amazing. Now you're ready to order like a natural English speaker. Now that we've placed our food order, let's talk about drinks. Daniel, what's a polite way to ask for a drink?
I usually say, "Can I get a glass of water, please?" Or, "I'd like a cup of coffee." Is that good?
Perfect. You can also say, could I have some fresh juice? Or, may I have a soda, please? Remember, adding please makes everything polite.
What if I want to ask what drinks are available? Is there a good way to do that?
Absolutely. You can ask, what drinks do you have? Or, could you tell me what drinks are on the menu?
Nice. Now, after ordering, sometimes I want to compliment the food or the service. What can I say?
Great question. Compliments are a wonderful way to show appreciation. You could say, this soup is delicious. Or, the service here is excellent.
I like that. It sounds friendly and makes the waiter feel appreciated.
Exactly. You can also say, thank you for your help. Or, everything tastes amazing. Thank you.
What if the food is really spicy or salty?
You can politely say, it's a little too spicy for me. Or, the dish is very flavorful. Thank you. Being polite and positive helps in any situation.
So, to summarize our drinks and compliments phrases, can I get a glass of water, please? I'd like a cup of coffee. Could I have some fresh juice? What drinks do you have? This soup is delicious. The service here is excellent. Thank you for your help. It's a little too spicy for me.
Great recap, Daniel. Listeners, try repeating these with us now. Can I get a glass of water, please?
What drinks do you have?
Could I have some fresh juice?
This soup is delicious.
The service here is excellent.
Everything tastes amazing.
Well done!
Complimenting politely always leaves a good impression. Keep practicing.
Ready to finish the meal? Next, we'll talk about asking for the bill and paying politely. All right, Daniel, the meal was delicious, and now it's time to ask for the bill. What's a polite way to do that?
I think I can say, "Could we have the bill, please?" Or maybe, "Can I get the check, please?"
Perfect! Both are very common and polite ways to ask. In the UK, people often say the bill, while in the US, the check is more common.
Good to know. What if I want to ask whether they accept my credit card?
You can ask, do you accept credit cards? Or if you want to pay by card, you can say, can I pay by card?
Sometimes people want to split the bill among friends. How do you say that politely?
You can say, could we split the bill, please? Or, can we pay separately?
And when the waiter brings the bill, what should I say?
A polite response is, thank you, or thanks very much. It's nice to show appreciation.
What about tipping? Should I mention anything?
Good question. Tipping customs vary by country. In the US, it's common to leave a tip, often around 15–20%. You can say, keep the change if you want to leave the tip with cash. In some other countries, service charge is included.
Okay, so let's review our key phrases for paying. Could we have the bill, please? Can I get the check, please? Do you accept credit cards? Can I pay by card? Could we split the bill, please? Thank you. Keep the change.
Great recap. Listeners, repeat after us. Could we have the bill, please? Can I pay by card? Can we pay separately? Keep the change.
Awesome. You're almost ready to finish your meal smoothly in English.
Up next, we'll practice sharing your restaurant experience with friends. Stay with us. Now that the meal is over and you've paid the bill, it's time to tell your friends about your dining experience. Daniel, what's a good way to start?
I guess I can say something like, "You won't believe what I ate today," or "I had a great dinner last night."
Exactly. Those are great conversation starters. Then you can talk about what you ordered. For example, I tried the grilled salmon and it was delicious.
Or if I'm not happy with something, I can say, "The soup was too salty for me," right?
Yes, and remember to be polite, even if you didn't like something. You might say, it wasn't my favorite, but the service was great.
What if I want to talk about the price?
You can say, the food was a bit expensive, but worth it. Or, I got a really good deal on my meal.
Sounds good. Also, I often hear people say, "I treated myself." What does that mean?
It means you bought something special as a reward for yourself, like a nice meal after a hard day. It's a fun way to describe your experience.
Great phrases. So, for sharing experiences, you won't believe what I ate today. I tried the grilled salmon and it was delicious. The soup was too salty for me. It wasn't my favorite, but the service was great. The food was a bit expensive, but worth it. I got a really good deal on my meal. I treated myself.
Nicely done. Listeners, let's practice a couple together. Repeat after me. I had a great dinner last night. The food was a bit expensive, but worth it. It wasn't my favorite, but the service was great. I got a really good deal on my meal.
You're getting better every day. Sharing your experience helps you use English naturally and confidently.
That's all for this part. Next, we'll review vocabulary and phrases from today's episode. Now, let's take a moment to review some of the most useful vocabulary and phrases we learned today.
Sounds good. I think practicing these out loud really helps with memory.
First, some important words you might see on a menu. Appetizer, main course, dessert, beverage, vegetarian, and gluten-free.
Great list. And some polite phrases to use when ordering food are "I'd like the," "Could I have the," and "May I get the."
Yes. Also, don't forget to say please and thank you to make your requests sound friendly and polite.
When you want to ask questions about the food, you can say things like, "What do you recommend?" "Is this dish spicy?" And "Does this have nuts or dairy?"
And when you're ready to pay, useful phrases include, could we have the bill, please? Do you accept credit cards? And can we split the bill?
Let's practice a few phrases together. Repeat after me. Could I have the chicken salad, please? Perfect. Now, what do you recommend?
Great job! Remember, using these phrases will make your restaurant conversations smooth and polite.
Keep practicing, and soon you'll feel confident ordering food in English anywhere.
Wow, Daniel, we covered a lot today, from entering the restaurant to sharing your experience afterward.
Yes, and remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Every time you try, you get a little better.
That's right. Just keep practicing these phrases, and soon ordering food in English will feel easy and natural.
And don't forget, a friendly smile and polite words like please and thank you make all the difference.
Thanks so much for listening to the English Conversation Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this lesson and feel more confident for your next meal out.
If you liked this episode, please subscribe, share with friends, and leave us a comment about your favorite restaurant phrase.
We'll see you next time with more fun and useful English conversations. Until then, happy learning and happy eating.
Goodbye, everyone.